What's up, guys? All right, part 2 of the automatic Kswap wiring is coming up now. So pretty much I got to record kind of an intro every day because, like I said, this video would have been 2 hours and 7 minutes long, and nobody's going to stay for 2 hours and 7 minutes listening to me and Mercer just talking, explaining stuff. So yeah, we broke it down to sections. So yeah, this is all about the shifter box wiring on this video. So it's gonna come up right now. I hope you guys enjoy it. Give it a like, subscribe, and show your boys some love. Don't mind, I'm all red from work. Serious windburn, but let's do it.
We're gonna start talking about now. So we've gotten rid of, or we've talked about our radiator stuff, we've talked about our ECT stuff. Now we're gonna move on to the shifter box wiring. A lot of work here, guys. This section here, there's a lot of work that happens here. I went through tons of wiring diagrams along with Paul. We did countless amount of hours of just reading diagrams, finding stuff, and there isn't a whole lot of information on these vehicles, on these 7gens. There's tons of information on RSXs. Sorry, RSX is considered a 7gen.
In a sense.
There's tons of information on the RSX stuff, but not enough information on the 7th gen stuff. And then on top of it, no information on the automatic stuff. There's like zero information. So we had to go and find the manual for this vehicle, and then from the manual we just kept reading everything until we found exactly what we were looking for, and we're now breaking it down where it's going to be the easiest way of wiring it up. I know how to read wiring diagrams. Not everybody knows how to read it, like I've showed Paul. Paul has no idea how the wiring diagram works, so him not understanding it, I was like, all right, we're gonna have to simplify this. So us simplifying it, we went and drew out some diagrams. I'll show you guys what some of the diagrams. Paul will add all these diagrams and all this stuff. I know it looks like schoolwork, guys, but we're back in high school or back in college, whatever it is that you want to call it. But we're going to simplify it like this. Paul's going to take some of these pictures, and once we get to the section, he'll stop it, and you guys can pause,
Screen record, whatever you guys got to do.
So this is in the information. There's tons of information here. So let's start with this, man.
But guys, look how neat he did this. This is like a PowerPoint presentation right here.
Yeah, like I mean, I have my chicken scratch notes. All my chicken scratch notes, I can clearly understand it. I can understand it. So I wasn't gonna show you guys that stuff because there's like, I wrote some stuff here and then I wrote some stuff down here, and I'm like, I circle it and I just move it here. So it would have just been a spaghetti and you guys wouldn't understand.
100%. So,
therefore, it's really easy, straightforward. You can read it and see exactly what needs to be done.
Yep.
So we're gonna start off with the shifter box. All right, guys, so the next step is the shifter box wiring. So this is the OEM 1.7 shifter box. If you're now at this step here, you guys know that the RSX box has to be installed in the car with the shifter mechanism all working, the cable, the wiring parts. Originally, this vehicle here comes with a plug that looks like this. This is actually the plug, and it has 4 wires. There is a yellow blue, a black, a red, and a red black. All right? You're no longer going to use this plug. We're going to have to move on and use the plug that the RSX shifter box comes with. The RSX shifter box comes with an 8-wire plug, which looks like this. This is the side that's actually on the shifter box. I just got an extra one so we could show you guys what's going on. This is the wiring diagram for it. Paul will also place the picture for the wiring diagram, and it's pretty straightforward. if you've ever wired it, or sorry, if you've ever wired anything, you'll know that the harnesses, when you're looking at it, you're gonna be looking at it through the wire side. So you're gonna be looking at it at the wire side like this, right? And it'll start off with the color coordinations. So when it says wire color, the number is number 1. The next one over is gonna be number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty simple. These aren't the right colors because this is the shifter side of stuff. What we need to show you guys is the body harness side. So let's go to the vehicle, show you guys that. All right guys, so this here is the wire harness side. And you're gonna need this part here from the scrapyard. Put my light here. You're gonna need this as a lead from the scrapyard when you grab this box. When you grab this box from the scrapyard, the shifter box from the RSX, make sure to cut this as a lead because you will need to wire up the 4 wires from the 1.7 here now to this lead. All right, so the wiring colors that you see on that diagram are right here. You'll see the brown, white stripe, the brown, the blue, white, the white with the blue stripe, the black, the red, and the red with the black stripe. It'll tell you everything, all the functions for all these wires and where these wires lead to. All right, that's on that wiring diagram. Let's go back to that wiring diagram and show you guys where they exactly go. All right guys, so this is the plug with the 8 pins, which is the one that I just told you guys about, right? There's the 8 pins. So the first slot, if you guys see, it's empty. See how it says empty? Second slot is gonna be a brown with a white wire. Really simple, brown with a white wire. What's its function? It's the shift down function. So when you put it in manual, when you put it in the manual spot, it's to make that guy work. All right, so that's the brown with the white stripe. Where does that brown and white stripe, so wires to connect, that brown and white stripe goes to the ECU D plug number 9. That's gonna be this guy down here. Sorry for the mess. We haven't put everything away because we needed to show you guys this stuff. So the ECU D plug, this is one of the pieces you need to get from the scrapyard. This is the wiring right here. This is the lead that you need to get, or pigtail. So when you're looking at the ECU, you're gonna have plug A, B, C, D is the little one, and then E. Okay, so this guy here is the one you need to grab from the scrapyard and cut it from a donor car and bring that with you. So this here gets installed in the ECU. Now, when you're looking at these, they're gonna have the wires, colors that are there are gonna be right here. So the first wire that we talked about, the brown with the white. So that brown on the white here on the shifter wiring will go to the ECU wiring. Straight connection from there to here. Now it's up to you guys how long of a wire you want to make it. If you want to make it nice and long, go ahead, do whatever it is that you guys got to do. The next wire we're gonna go to is the brown wire. The brown wire enables the S mode, so which is the manual mode. So you can go up and down, or sorry, I did that backwards, up and down. That's the function. Wire that one to the brown wire at the ECU D plug number 2. So if we go to the ECU plug D, we go to it, see how there's the first slot empty, number 2 is the second slot, there it is, number 2, D, so it gets connected to there. We will go now to, oh sorry, that guy over there, my mistake. Yeah, my mistake. I was looking at something else. We'll go now to number 4. It's empty. So So number 4, empty. Right? Nothing to be done there. Number 5. Number 5.
Red black.
Red black. Let's find our red black. It's right here. Here's a red black. Red black wire. Man, I got fat fingers, dude. Red black wire. Where's a red black wire? This red black wire is a shift light ground. So this shift light ground, let's connect this guy. That red black wire connects to this shift light. When I say shift light, I mean this little wire here. It's gonna connect on this side to the orange wires. And those orange wires are what illuminates the box. So that guy there is the shift light ground. Okay, so just connect it to, go to the side that it's gotta connect. It's gonna connect to the red black wire on the 1.7 shift box plug 4 wire. So if you guys recall, I said earlier in the video, the OEM box came with 4 wires. One of those wires is a red black wire. All right, you guys want to see it? We'll show you guys. Here's the OEM box. The 4 wires we're talking about. Here's the red black wire. So that red black wire just gets connected to this wire that you guys cut. All right, next wire. Let's go to the next one. Next one is going to be number 6. So let's go back to that plug. Which is the next one over. 6, red. What's the function of it? It's the power. So this one over here is the one that gives us the voltage, which is 12 volts, to the lighting mechanism of this box. All right. So what is that wire gonna get connected to? It's just gonna get connected to the same 4 wire plug, the red side. All right. Next one, number 7. Number 7 slot. It's a black wire. That guy there is just a ground. It's gonna be connected to the black wire on the 1.7 shifter box 4 wire plug. Really simple. The next one over is going to be the last one, number 8. Right there, number 8. That's going to be a white and blue striped wire. The function of that guy there is going to be the shift up function. That wire now is going to be wired up to the ECU D plug number 3. So let's go find our ECU D plug. So here's our ECU D plug and the number 3. So 1, 2, what's our number 3? Oh shit, it's a white blue. So that's where it gets wired up to. We're gonna wire it up to that guy. And then we're done for the 8 wire plug. So that 8 wire plug now is complete. We can go ahead, install it, and it's wired. There is now another plug for the shifter box. There is a plug with 2 wires, and that's going to be this guy right here. And what this guy does is this guy controls the shift lock mechanism. So it's this guy underneath here, and what this guy does is it allows, once it's powered, it allows you to make your movements. So right now I'm stuck only in drive. I cannot do anything unless we were to activate it, and I can move it over to reverse and into park. If I want to come out of park, I can never come out unless I activate these 2 wires. So these 2 wires here, you have a yellow one, that's the shift lock solenoid. Connect that wire to the brake relay plug, splice it into the white black wire. So let's find it. That's the yellow wire here. I ran another yellow wire so it stays consistent all the way through, and I ran it all the way to our brake light. Here's our brake light sensor. Or, yeah, sensor. Can you see it, Paul?
Yeah, I just got it. Let me try to zoom in a bit.
See this brake light?
Hold on, focus. There we go.
So this brake light sensor here, there's going to be 4 wires on that brake sensor light. Or, sorry, brake sensor switch. The black with the white stripe, which is indicated here on our wiring schematic, we need to splice the yellow wire into the brake wire, which is going to be right here. If you guys can see it, I have it spliced, the yellow wire into the black. You see it?
I think so, yep.
You see it? Yeah?
Yep.
All right, so that white yellow wire, if you follow it, it goes all the way to the yellow wire on the 2 plug. All right? So whenever you press the brake,
You hear it
it activates this solenoid and allows me to take it out of park. If I leave it if I remove my foot off the brake, I can change it into any gear I want, but I'm not able to come out of neutral afterwards. So if I want to come out of neutral, I gotta press the brake again to go into reverse, or press the brake again to go into park. That's how it works originally. And the Acuras and the Hondas, you need to press the brake to get out of park, and any of the automatics. So that's how we have it wired. All right. The next wire is going to be our yellow black, and that's also the shift solenoid wire. That's the second wire, and that one over there just gets connected to the yellow black from wire on the 1.7 shifter plug, 2 wires. So let's go to the table there. On the on the OEM shifter box, this is the shift solenoid here. But it works differently than our RSX box. So with this one here, it has also a 2 plug wire. There's 2 wires that go into it. It's that same little plug. You're gonna have the same colors, a yellow and a black. So the yellow black just stays connected. That's it. You don't do anything to it, just stays connected. It's just the opposite side that you're gonna go ahead and wire it to the brake switch, okay? This blue-yellow wire, you no longer use this blue-yellow wire. So you can cut it and just tape it up or put a cap on it, whatever it is that you're comfortable with. You no longer use that wire. We have it wrapped up, we're not using it anymore.
Decommissioned.
Decommissions. So that's pretty much it for shifter wise. After you have all that wired up, you're gonna be able to press your brake and go from park into your reverse and into all your other gears.
Just like OEM.
Just like OEM. Really, really simple. Read the wiring schematic. Just follow along from wire color. See the function that it does. Connect it to the other source of wire color.
Yep.
So,
and at the end of this portion of the shifter box, I will post a picture of the diagram for the shifter box and give you enough time so you guys can actually screenshot. I don't want to put it up as we're talking because it's just gonna be too much going on. So since the shifter box portion is done, I will post a picture. That way you have enough time to screenshot it or pause it and look at it, so you don't get overwhelmed with trying to look at it and listen to what Kevin's trying to explain at the same time.
yeah, it's on YouTube, guys. So guess what? You have the ability to pause it and rewatch it as many times.
Yep,
as
you guys go back to it as many times as you guys want. Like I said, just a little pause from the explanation. This swap was one, ideally something different that we wanted to do, but also a lot of people who own these 7gens in other countries, a lot of them are forced to have automatics because some of them don't have manuals.
That is true.
And a lot of guys, like in Brazil, a lot of them are automatics, and a lot of guys want a K series, but they're forced to stay with their D series. This is an alternative, and I hope that this is gonna help you guys going forward. So yeah, now we're gonna continue on to the next chapter, which will be
the ECU deplug.
And
because in order to have this done, you guys saw that some of those wires had to go to the deplug. So since some of those wires are already going to the deplug, now we're going to continue with the deplug stuff.